The views that are expressed on What's on Edigga's Mind are that of the show's host and does not necessarily reflect the views of BS3 TV Network. Viewer discretion is advised.
Or do you want to marginalize me till I'm out of my moment?
Or why don't you empower yourself and don't need them and do it yourself?
How, Sway?
Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
Kanye.
You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
Kanye.
I've been doing this more than you.
Doing what
You
more
ain't
than
got.
me? Come on, chill out.
You
bro.
ain't got the
Kanye,
answers.
relax.
You ain't got the
Bro,
answers.
I'm asking you.
You
a
ain't been doing the
question.
education,
Bro.
You ain't been doing the education.
Kanye, calm down.
You don't have the answers though,
Calm down.
because you trying to give me advice about something. You ain't got the answer. You ain't spent $13 million of your own money
You're
trying to empower
absolutely right.
yourself.
Yes, but I spent hundreds of thousands and putting out clothing lines at a smaller degree. All I'm asking you,
And it ain't no Ralph though. It ain't Ralph
but
level.
Let me ask you this: I'm asking
What's the
you,
name of your clothing line? We don't know.
Kanye,
you know what I'm saying?
Because I lost money, but that's not
Exactly, and I can lose money on a higher level too.
And that's
Don't
what I'm
think
asking
just
you.
because.
Wait, hold
don't
up,
think because I got.
What is good? What is good? What is good? Good people. That is right. Hey, you ain't got the oh no, Sway ain't in here with me, but you know what time it is. It is What's on Edigga's Mind. I am your host, the man that you all know and love, Edigga. And guess what, good people? Guess what, good people? We're alive. Oh, we are live. This is me in the flesh. I am live. I have never did this live. Well, no, I can't really say that. I think I did one show live, but I'm live. This is me. Like, if you send me a comment, I will read your comment. You can tell when somebody ain't live because they really can't see your comments. They can't read your comments if it's pre-recorded. I'm just saying, but I am live tonight because we need to talk. Yeah, we need to talk. And I want to first and foremost, before you know my fashion, before I get into it, I want to thank a couple of people. Of course, I want to thank Mr. Ben, the CEO and president of BS3 TV. Thank you, sir, for believing in me, for having me on this great network, and all of the great shows, all of the content creators, all of the podcasts, you name it, that are right here on this great station, on this great network, BS3 TV. Don't know how to get to BS3 TV? Well, it's real simple. It's real simple. You could go to Facebook, you could go to YouTube at BS3 TV Network, or if you are blessed with the Roku device, you can download that great app, that free app, and watch us live on Roku, which we are live right now. I am live right now. If you go to your Roku device, you can see me live and other great podcasts, other great shows from all those great content creators over there. Yes, even Roku. Kelly, what's up? Kelly Felder. Kelly Felder, she got married. Can't call her Vaughn no more. She got married. Shout out to my girl Kelly. So yeah, you could do that. And shout out to you. Shout out to you, the viewers that are right here with me, because You can be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me. Joining me tonight is a woman who I've came to know, and I am about to know a whole great deal because she is coming with her own show, and I'm talking about she is the host of her new podcast, the IntroKit, which is coming on Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You see her right there. She is Stacy Rozay. Let me bring her on in here.
Yes.
What it do, girl?
You ain't got the answers, E. You don't.
No, I don't
have the answers. You don't.
I don't have the answers. I just told Sway, but Sway ain't here with me.
Yeah.
Stacy Rozay, everybody. I want to say first and foremost, she is coming with her new show, the IntroKit. I am just dying to see the show because I know the show is going to be phenomenal.
Thank you.
Not great. It's not awesome. It's phenomenal. But before we get into all of the topics that we need to talk, because we need to talk.
Yes,
so
we need to
I
talk.
want you, Stacy, to tell the people out there a little bit about the IntroKit.
Well, the IntroKit is definitely a project I have been sitting on for so very long. If you know me, I take my time with everything. And this has been a project that I've been sitting on for quite some time. And to be quite honest, I wanted to create a platform where I'm basically just giving flowers. I've been extremely blessed to be encouraged and motivated by so many greats such as yourself, Ernest. So I wanted to create a platform to basically say thank you, to let others know that are up and coming, like you're not by yourself. And really just, have a great time and, give my IntroKit. A lot of people, they know me, but they don't really know who Stacy Rozay is. So this is literally my IntroKit. I get to explain how the show came about, how I came up with the name, which is so dope. And it's just really me giving flowers, really just me giving flowers, saying thank you to those who have helped me along the way. And just I'm excited. I'm really excited about it. Super excited.
I'm excited for you. Like I said, I can't wait. I know we've been chopping it up for some time.
Yeah.
Formulating the show, asking questions about, putting the show together. And I love doing that. I just need to say that. When can people see the show? When is it premiering? What can people expect to get out of the show once it premieres?
Well, definitely a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge. This is a platform where a lot of my guests, they can be vulnerable. They can be themselves. It's a safe space for people to just, like I said, I want to be able to give them their flowers and really provide that platform where it's that safe space. There will be some live performances, some just a lot of great surprises coming. I'm not trying to give away everything, but
don't give them too much.
I'm definitely dropping and premiering on November 9th. I wanted to drop in Scorpio season because one, I'm November's first lady. So I was like, I want to drop in and really be in my element and be in my space. So I'm really excited, but it's coming November 9th, 7:30 Wednesdays. I'll definitely be premiering on YouTube as well as my website, theintrokit.com. So if you have not visited, make sure you guys visit, leave a comment, let me know. You know what I'm saying? You're excited that the show is coming. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm so excited.
And here's all the information right here. That's the website, www.theintrokit.com, and also on Instagram at the IntroKit.
IntroKit.
I need to say, you know, I am ready. I am going to be plugged in. I'm going to be watching.
Thank
I'm going to
you.
be a
Thank you.
supporter, a help, mentor, whatever I can possibly do. Because we need more shows like that. We definitely need more podcasts and shows, content like that. Tonight, Stacy, we need to talk.
We definitely need to talk. We need to find the answers. This is a
Yes.
lot happening
Because
out
I
here.
don't have the answers. You don't have the answers. Sway don't
Clearly.
have the answers. But we need some answers to the St. Louis school shooting that
Definitely.
happened Monday, October the 24th, the beginning
Yes.
of last week, at CVPA, which is Central Visual Performing Arts High School. As it stands right now, 2 people were killed. It was a physical teacher, physical ed teacher. Her name is Jean Kunska. I know I just butchered her last name. And Miss Alexandria Bell, who was 15. Yeah. And they're coming out with bits and pieces about the shooter. The shooter was Orlando Harris, who was 19, who graduated in May from CVP.
It is time for the highs and lows.
And they said they found a letter in the car that he had wrote, a manifesto of why he did or what he was planning to do. He had a AR-15 rifle, and his parents contacted the authorities. Now, this is something, Stacy, that when I was reading up on this this situation, the parents called the authorities, and the authorities told the parents that pretty much there's nothing they can do. So the parents took it into their own hands to say, okay, we're going to take the gun and give it to someone else. But somehow he got it back. He was able to get the gun back. And when I went further into the story, it said that it was false. It was forced entry into the school, because that was the number one thing. Like, how did he get into the school? Because of the last incident at a school shooting, someone let the people in,
Right.
or the door was unlocked or something like that. So there was forced entry into the door. That's how he got in and began to just let off. So before we go into it, I just want to play this clip right quick. And this is courtesy of, this is a news clip, courtesy of, I want to say ABC News or CBS News, one of the two. I just want to play this right quick, and we're going to come right back, and we're going to get into it.
Tonight, hear the new turn in the deadly school shooting in St. Louis. Authorities now say the parents of that 19-year-old who had just graduated from that high school last year, well, now the parents say they alerted police to his AR-15 style rifle that it had been taken away. But tonight, authorities say somehow he got the weapon back. Of course, the question now, how did this happen? And ABC's Alex Perez in St. Louis again tonight.
Tonight, St. Louis authorities revealing that 19-year-old gunman who killed a teacher and a student at his alma mater had a long history of mental health struggles that his family tried to help him with.
They've done everything that they could possibly have done, but sometimes that's not enough.
Orlando Harris's family telling investigators they had him committed to a psychiatric facility multiple times, even monitored his mail. And when his mother learned he had a gun, she notified authorities.
They worked with our department to transfer that to an adult who could legally possess one.
Investigators believe it's the same AR-15 style rifle seen here that was used in Monday morning's attack, but officials don't know how Harris got it back. Police still won't say how exactly he got in, only that it was a, quote, forced entry into the school. Killed in the shooting, 15-year-old sophomore Alexandria Bell and 61-year-old health teacher Jean Kushka, her daughter in disbelief.
My mom was my best friend. I think we're all still in shock. And I think it brings a peace of mind hearing all of these stories from her students and to know how much she was loved.
4 other students grazed by gunfire. Today, police indicating the gunman may have had specific targets in mind. And David, tonight the big question authorities are still trying to answer is how exactly that rifle ended up back in the hands of the shooter. The ATF is tracing the serial number on that gun and also working to determine how exactly he got all of that ammo. David?
Yeah, the gun itself is really puzzling, though, how he got his hands back on the weapon if it was supposedly taken away. I know you'll continue to follow this, Alex. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC.
And welcome back to the show. What's on Edigga's mind? My special guest, the host of the IntroKit, Stacy Rozay. You just saw a clip from ABC News, World News Tonight. And the question that I had, Stacy, was the gun was taken away, AR-15, 600 rounds ammunition. Gun was taken away. Parents alerted the authorities. Authorities was pretty much like, Parents somehow took the matters in their own hand, took the gun away. He was able to get it back. Now, what I'm thinking right now is you alerted the authorities. The authorities kind of like brushed it aside. So so my thing is once there is a radar, once there's a red flag attached to this. Now, keep in mind, people normally call and say, hey, my child or somebody and they kind of like brush it under the rug, But in this situation, there's a gun. There's a person who has been in and out of mental facilities, I guess I'm saying it right, mental facilities. Red flag should have went up and said, whoa, wait a minute. Okay. Something ain't right with this. What are your thoughts? And keep in mind, like I said, red flag, you have the information, mental illness, AR-15, have the rifle. What are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, shame on authorities for the lack of urgency.
Thank you.
I do not understand. I'm when I first heard the story, literally the first question was, what were you guys thinking as the phone call is happening? Like, what is going through your mind as this parent telling you, hey, my son who has been in and out of these mental facilities, we don't have much help, but we're trying to obtain additional help because he's now in possession of a weapon. We don't know how, and we're telling you. So they're like relying on authorities to help, and they're not getting the help. And it's sad, and it's a lot of pressure on the parents because they have to be the parent and the authority. It's just a lot. And those kids, those poor kids, like those, to hear the stories from the kids that they had to, the only thing that literally saved them was a locked door and the fact that his gun jammed was the only way for them to escape out of the classrooms, jumping out of the windows.
Right.
That's a lot. That's just a lot. It's a lot.
And now, in talking to a lot of people, it was a white thing of, going into schools or suicide. I mean, not suicide, but mass shootings. You always heard that the person was white. Can't really say that no more.
No.
Now it's us is mixed in with that. And I watch a podcast on YouTube. It's a sports podcast, and his name is Engraven. And something very profound that he say during his podcast, he said, "Be ready, so you won't have to get ready."
Always.
And when I read about this, or when I saw this, I keep thinking back about the authorities. That you have the information. It's not like you did not have the information. You have the information. And I can guarantee you that half of these mass shootings would not have occurred if the authorities would have stepped in time. Because now they have they have the information. It's not like we have to get pieces. You have the mother or the parent called and say, hey, my son is a little off. He's been in and out of psychological institutions. Something is wrong. He has this AR-15 rifle. I took it, or he has it. But you tell her or the parent or whoever made the call, there's nothing we can do.
Like, what do you mean there's nothing we can do? And it just made me think about, okay, well, what are the gun laws in St. Louis?
Right.
Like what is going on? Like, are you saying that it's okay that he has this, this large weapon? He's 19. To me, he's still a baby.
Right.
So, I'm like, he doesn't even know what to do with this thing. I mean, now if he's sitting around watching YouTube videos, then hey, you got to learn somehow. But why is he in possession of such a mass weapon? Like who's giving him access to this? Like where's the trace? Like what's going on?
And you know what's funny, Stacy? Not every, but the majority of the mass shootings that I've heard about or I've seen, that is the common rifle or gun that they're using. So with all of this gun talk that's going around in America right now, why not ban the gun or make it painfully impossible for you to obtain this gun? I know at my job there's a guy, I'm not going to say his name, he has one, and he showed me, and in the back of my head it's like, why do you need this damn gun? What do you plan to do with this gun? When the first time he showed me, he was like, yeah, I got an AR-15. I'm like, oh, red flag, right off. And I'm thinking about all of these mass shootings. Why do you have this damn gun?
It's not even about why do you have the gun. You start to really fully examine this person. Like, are you really mentally capable of handling this type of weapon? Like, do you really feel as though you need this type of mass weapon to protect your family, to protect your surroundings? I don't feel as though. I feel as though those weapons should only be of military handling. But I mean, the way the U.S. is today, things are running rampant. So what can you do?
Right. And I said that. I said it once you start talking about these assault rifles or guns, or that has to be it. Where's the cutoff?
Right.
I agree. I need protection in my home, but I'm not going to get an AR-15 to protect.
That's like too big. That's like too big.
Right.
That's too big of protection. Like, because you have to think about it on levels at this point. Yes, I'm in possession of this weapon to protect my home. However, how am I going to keep this weapon protected in my home? If I have children, like if I just have people in my house, I'm not going to put it on display, so how am I going to keep this weapon protected, to keep us protected? You have to really start to think on levels on that stuff. And that's when it becomes hard. It becomes very tricky. Anybody can pick a lock. Anybody can figure out a code. It's for something that big. I just don't think that needs to be in your house.
So, like
something
I said,
reachable, but not like in your house.
Right. It's too big of a gun. Like, who are you trying to shoot? Like, I'm like somebody coming in here unannounced, trying to rob, breaking my home.
Unless when the zombies being released, I just don't think that you need.
The only thing I need is about that big. I'm not a real big gun person. I don't know my guns, but I do know I would want something this small so I can just go to the door and be like, hey,
Exactly.
yeah, or whatever he or she or person is trying to get in here, God forbid, that I can just point and shoot. I don't want the additional kickback. I'm not trying to kill a
Exactly.
wolf or a bear.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So it
It's
it
ridiculous.
right. It baffles me when I hear these stories and like, where in the blue hell, or why do you need this rifle, or why do you
See the
need this
need.
type of gun?
Exactly. Like I just don't see the need. It's literally no need for
Right.
it.
It's
Like at all.
definitely no need, and that's why I said there need to be strict. If you have a mental illness, mental disorder, any type of mental, that should be like red flag right there. And that should be on the application. That should be on the purchasing. When you go
Absolutely.
in to purchase a gun, and then they were saying it's easy to get it offline, through black market. Again, it needs to be a way where it could be virtually impossible to get those types of guns, or guns, period. Just my thought.
I agree. I definitely agree. Everything is so easily accessible now.
Right.
It's sad. Like it's
Very
really
sad.
it's very, very, very sad. Like I come from the era where butterfly knives were the thing. Like I wouldn't even think about picking up a gun,
Right.
like if I had to go somewhere, like, okay, I have a knife, or something small, like if I get in a scuffle, I have something to protect, that exactly. Like I didn't even think about exactly. I didn't even think about picking up a gun. So,
Right.
It's just I've like my heart really goes out to the families
Right.
and those kids, like
Right.
just listening to them was just like, oh my goodness. I couldn't
My
imagine.
heart and prayers go out to the families of the two victims
Yes.
that was killed, Miss Jean and Alexandria.
And Alexandria.
I know that it hurts to know that when you walked in school, you had no idea that this was going to happen. So the thought alone that was going through their head, I know I was reading that Alexandria was going to visit her dad, whose birthday was that same day, or the next day, one of the two, and she had a birthday card, and she was real excited about going to see her dad, and giving him this birthday card. And the father even shared the testimony. It said she was a bright student. She wanted to go to culinary school. She wanted to go to college to be a chef and things of that nature. And the thought alone, and so young, 15, a sophomore in high school.
Like everything was just starting for her.
Right. So my hearts and prayers go out to the families of those two, and all the mothers and parents of the children at the high school in St. Louis. Wow. Hey, we're gonna go to a quick break. Don't go nowhere. Much more to come, because of course we got to do it. We got to talk about Kanye. Is he going crazy? Was facts? We're going to talk about it. Don't go away. My special guest, Stacy Rozay. She is the host of the IntroKit.
Yes.
And she is right here with me, trying to pick my brain, because it's what's on Edigga's mind right here on BS3 TV. Don't go away. Much, much more to talk about.
This is a BS3 network presentation. Politics.
They'll write the law, but they'll enforce it differently. Is that going to apply both ways?
Religion.
God never said that we can't reason together. Matter of fact, he said, let us sit and reason together.
Relationship.
I believe that everybody wants and needs somebody.
from a man's perspective.
They say, girls, if I put some polish on that and get him to buy some different clothes, girl, he could be a winner chicken dinner.
Join the thought engineer.
There's nothing wrong with me developing my piece and you developing your piece, but understand the goal is to come together.
And comedian John Yogi.
Negro, I don't need you putting on no chapstick up there in the pulpit. You do that over there in your chair.
Get ready for
Man Talk Monday.
Live every Monday at 7 p.m. Central. Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
Edigga.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
That's right, good people. BS3 TV Network. Make sure you are checking out all the great content over there. Knucklehead Chronicles podcast. What can I say? I didn't mean to call Ray J a river. That was the name that it slipped. It slipped, Stacy, for real. Trust me. I didn't mean to call him a river cricket. But you can join
did he really just call him a river cricket?
He just really got on my nerves on the celebrity
oh my God.
Celebrity College Hill, the celebrity edition.
Okay.
Yes,
I'm glad. Okay, because I really thought that I was the only one. Like,
oh
my gosh! Like, I actually, first of all, I feel bad because I didn't make him, but I kind of made my boyfriend like watch the whole season with me. He was like, "Really?
Really?
Like, I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Sorry. At first I thought, and we talked about this on another podcast. I thought it was going to be Nene for real.
I did too.
Yeah.
No, okay. So I really thought, honestly, I thought it was really gonna be Nene, but after the first episode, I was like, I know.
Right.
I know it's gonna be Ray J because he just this is Ray J.
Right.
He can't control himself. Like it's
it's all about Ray J. It is all about Ray J. And the person that I least expected that was going to be somewhat of a problem, she wasn't even there that long, was Stacey Dash.
Oh my God.
She was just
I don't even want to talk about her because we share the name. So I'm just
right.
I was disappointed in her.
Right.
In her episode on Instagram. Oh my God.
She just
died? What?
Yeah.
First of all, can we not relive this moment with you? Like, it's over. We're still hurting over here.
Right. And you crying, got music playing in the background, mind you.
Yes. I'm like, stop it. Like, please.
Music
stop.
playing.
Please.
Oh
my God. What? Ma'am, please.
And he been gone for like what?
At that point, I think it was probably a little over a year, probably.
Yeah. And you just knowing?
I'm like, yeah, can you listen? We're still grieving. Stop it.
Right. Like, shut up. And speaking of celebrities, but ladies and gentlemen, my special guest co-host tonight is the fabulous, the talented Miss Stacy Rozay. She is the host of the new show that's coming, that's going to pack a punch, is going to really get some people involved, is the IntroKit.
Yes. I'm telling y'all now, there may be some times where I look like this. I'm so under the weather. It's not funny. Like,
you
so I'm telling y'all now, I'm like, so keep it real. If y'all see me like this, like, just know I'm definitely in my comfort zone.
Right. She is very comfortable. Very. And speaking
Very.
of comfort level and celebrities, we got to talk about them, which you saw in the opening of what's on Edigga's mind. I just had to play that because one is one of the funniest segments that
It's my favorite.
Houseway
It's
just
I
went
mean,
into full mental whatever crazy mode that Kanye is in right now. And that's pretty much what we need to talk about right now is Kanye West. Looking dazed and confused. Just look at him.
that
And
houseway is one of the most iconic lines that has been entered into our culture, and I love
as some people say it, they houseway.
I
Just
say
like
it
that.
all the time.
Houseway. You don't have the
Houseway.
answer, Sway. Like that man was trying to make a point and you just cut Sway off. Like he was trying to help you for real. And Houseway. But we're coming to a situation where he was on Drink Champs.
Oh man.
And he said something about Jewish people. Now, I'm kind of because how my brain works sometimes is none of this happened when he made the slavery statement. Remember when he said something about slavery? Slavery was a choice. But then I'm like, okay, so was he with Trump? If he, he made the slavery statement, nobody said anything. As soon as he said something about Jews, everybody pulled out.
Oh, hell broke loose.
Yeah, that anti-Semitic statement about Jews and what have you, everybody pulled out. So I want to get your thoughts, Stacy, on because right now it's like, is he crazy? Is this Kanye like attention seeking, or is he really speaking facts? Because I was listening to some things that he was saying, and it made sense. But then I was listening to some other stuff, and I'm like, what in the blue hell are you talking about? Some stuff, and honestly, I was watching some stuff that he was talking about, and it made perfect sense. But then again, it's like, so what are your thoughts? What do you think about this whole Kanye situation?
To be honest, at first, I really didn't think that I would have much to say because I didn't see the Drink Champs
Right.
episode.
Right.
What I saw was Nori's response to Rosenberg and what's the girl's name? Laura something.
I can't remember her last
I
name.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ebro.
Yeah.
I only saw the response, and Nori's response was very annoying. I was very annoyed because I'm like, okay, whatever happened on the first episode when he was on Drink Champs, I'm like, you let him talk. I saw that. I mean, I felt like he was pretty under control. He didn't say that much off the wall. But the clips that I saw, I was just blown away. I was like, oh my gosh.
Right.
Like, what in the world? And Nori, why really didn't you stop him? Like,
right.
You had power. And I mean, I agree with Nori to a certain extent. He's not a real journalist. He's not. Like, so he definitely took accountability for that. So I'm like, okay, understandable. You're not a real journalist. However, you definitely had so much control. Like, you could have stopped him from that. But this is Kanye. Kanye's gonna do Kanye, and I'm just waiting for like him to be like, my album's dropping or something, because I don't really have like a full opinion, because I'm just like, is this an episode or is this a ploy? Like, what's going on? Like, I'm just waiting for the smoke to clear, honestly, because I'm like,
there
it's
with
so
you.
much There's
I'm there
so
with you
much. And
because
he's
no,
go ahead.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
But I'm just like, this is Kanye we're talking about. I mean, yeah, he got Adidas there. They walked away from him, Balenciaga, all of that stuff. He don't care. Like, he doesn't care. So everybody's like, well, is he trying to seek attention? Kanye's always trying to seek attention. Like, I'm not shocked by any of this. I'm like, this is Kanye and Mike Myers. This is that Michael Myers look that that he gave Kanye when he just went off. Like,
So
I'm like this. I'm just waiting. Like,
right. So I'm gonna play this clip. I'm gonna play this clip, but I just needed to say this. Ever since his mom passed away,
oh yeah.
that was it.
Oh yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Everybody's like, "Oh, he's been diagnosed, as a manic depressant, and he's bipolar." And I'm just like, "Yeah, this is what he's been diagnosed with." But we all know the truth of the matter.
Right.
He lost the biggest person to him. If you've
Right.
watched that documentary on Netflix,
Right.
you see it from beginning to end, and it's from the eyes of a person that was the closest to him, that saw the spark of the beginning of Kanye,
Right.
saw who was around him, who was rooting for him,
Right.
who was driving him to be Kanye.
Right.
I mean, yeah, Kanye was just always Kanye. Kanye's always had a chip on his shoulder,
Right.
even when his mother was here, but she was the one to control it. She was mom. Moms do that. Even to this day, I'm sorry if I go off the darn wall, my mother's gonna slap me upside my head if I say something out the way. So she's mom. So you see that from beginning to end, and that really that's the part that makes me feel for Kanye. Like, dang man, like the person that had you in control
is gone.
So you really trying to keep it in control, off of those morals and values she left behind. I don't know what your daddy doing, but like he's been trying to keep it in control himself. It's only but so much he can do. It's only but so much. And I feel from the way he's expressing, he's in a freaking battle. And he's letting people know, like, listen, it's not all glitter and gold. This is not what it's cracked up to be. Not at all.
So, and I'm glad you said that, Stacy, because you hear it in his music.
Mm-hmm.
When Kanye first came out, music was great. Like College Dropout, Graduation, all of that. Music was good, so good. Mom passed away. And you can hear it in his music. And it started falling. For me, I can't speak for everybody else, but for me, I saw it. I heard it and I saw it. Not saying that his music is not great. I mean, he got a couple of bangers now. But Kanye back then, hitting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the music to me was from a dark place. Very, very much deep in a dark place. So I'm going to play this clip. This is the interview he did. And I apologize because one, this interview is 6 minutes long. But that's the shortest that I could find. Actually, it was almost 7. It was 6:53. 52, I'm sorry. But I wanted to get this interview to let people understand where I'm coming from, and probably where you coming from, is that to me it's a tension. He's speaking some truth, but then he's speaking some gibberish. I don't understand. This is an interview with Pierce Myers, broadcaster, journalist, famous for his show. He's from London. He had some controversy back in the day, but he had Kanye on and just wanted to talk to him. So here it is.
No, let me explain to you. I'm not doubting what you're saying.
You don't care.
I do care.
You don't care about me. You don't care about my people. I care about me. I care about my people. So it's for me to stand up. And God forbid I step on someone's toes while I'm at it.
It's not someone's toes. You stepped on the entire Jewish people's toes with a very deeply inflammatory tweet, which I think you've now accepted. You shouldn't have phrased that way. It's taken a bit of time to get there, but I think you have accepted that, right?
Have you accepted that you've put no effort into understanding how I got there?
I don't think, honestly,
10 years from now.
Honestly, I don't think there is any...
You're going to apologize to me about this interview.
I'm not.
You're going to apologize to me about this interview within the next 10 years.
No, I'm not, because here's the thing.
Mark my words.
I don't doubt you've had...
It's very one-sided.
No, it's not.
It's very white-sided.
Oh, come on,
It's very one-sided. It's very like...
It's not white-sided. I'm not doubting you've had business issues. I'm saying the way to respond to that is not to go public to millions of people and say you're going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people.
Millions of people. Right. Millions of people have had DEFCON 3 on their contracts.
Right. You didn't say that.
You didn't say that. And said, millions of people. Well, I opened it up. Now I didn't, but now I'm saying it now.
Okay.
Sir.
So now what I think you should say,
I
think you should say to the Jewish people, I'm sorry for the offensive language I used in that tweet. I wouldn't do that again. This is what I really meant. I think people would respect you if you said that. I don't know why you can't just say that.
You know when I'll say it? When I sit down with the people who write out the contracts for the NBA and for the NFL and for professional music and for acting contracts. We need to go to the top lawyers, the top execs, the owners of the stadiums, the owners of the football teams, and the owners of the record labels. And we're going to put them all in one room. And we're going to read let's go top 10 in each one of these categories, right? Let's read Michael B. Jordan's contract.
Why would any of that?
Hey, bro, I ain't finished. I ain't finished my sentence.
Nothing you're saying has anything to do with regret.
Hey, boy.
Don't call me boy.
Don't finish. I told you. Oh, don't treat me like a boy then. I'm going to finish my sentence of my idea.
Nothing you're saying has got anything to do with the tweet.
Cool. Bro, I was in the middle of a sentence, boy. Okay, so are you going to allow me to finish my sentence?
Yes. If you then answer my question.
Okay, so I'm going to tell people when I would apologize for the tweet. This is what has to happen first. I need all of the top executives in Hollywood. I need the top executives at the NBA and at the NFL. We'll do those two sports specifically. And I want the top executives in music, dealing with publishing, dealing with like Spotify and Apple Music and Universal Music and all the top let's do like 5 top execs there. And I want to look at the top 10 earners in each one of those fields' contracts openly. We want to compare and contrast the contracts. And then once we open that conversation, and we need to do it on a platform live with lawyers asking questions, and we'll have the top lawyers like a Johnny Cochran, Robert Kardashian level legal team, looking at all of these contracts together. After that moment happens, then I will say, I'm sorry.
Okay, if that's your position.
That's clear. Interview adjourned. Love you.
And walks out of the interview. And he had another, I think you muted.
Sorry.
No, you good. Another sway moment, but more milder. And that, like I said, people, that was Pierce Myers and his show that had Kanye on the show. And again, was talking, something, but I'm like, why? Why now? Exactly. When I saw it, I said, okay.
Well, first off, Piers Morgan, I don't think that I just don't think that was a great pair, honestly.
Right.
Pierce is just that was just not a great pair. I'm sorry. It just and then he said top level Johnny Cochran, Robert Kardashian.
Why Robert Kardashian?
Level
I wonder.
Lawyers. I'm like, wait a minute. Didn't they do some crooked stuff in that case? Like,
right.
Why?
Right.
That was very hard to watch from Kanye, like for real. Seriously, that was very hard.
Right.
Hard to watch.
Up until the point, up until the time that he walked out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, typical Kanye, you know. Like I said, some of the stuff that he was saying was, you know, facts. But other stuff that he was talking about was, what in the blue hell are you talking about?
Like, what are you actually talking about? Like, who in the world is actually going to sit in a room with you now? like nobody is doing all of this. Like, nobody.
And the whole time this is going on, I'm thinking to myself, because my stance on celebrities, Stacy, is like, you know, until they start paying me to care.
Yeah.
That's when I'll care. But in retro, in reality, what I'm going to do is simply
That
drink
whole
more
part
and mind my business. So Kanye, I doubt if you ever see this. If you do watch it, I appreciate you, but I think you need to seek some help, buddy. Seek some psychiatric. Did I say that right? Psychiatric. Psychology. Something.
psychiatric help.
Psychiatric.
Yes.
I can't talk.
He
was the water.
definitely needs to do that because no, Kanye is just no.
And he's been on several talk shows talking about his whole, you know, ever since the whole Jewish, what his comments were about Jews, he's been on several talk shows talking about it.
I don't understand.
Seek help.
Quickly. Very fast, like please.
Kim Kardashian do not want you. You have your children. Mm-hmm. Be a father to your children. That's it. That's all.
I'm like, and that's my thing. I'm like, sir, you've been through breakups before, you know, and that's the thing. It's just everything is affecting this man.
Right.
Everything is affecting him. It's bad.
That's all I have to say about Kanye. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to take another quick break. Come back more with what's on Edigga's mind with my special guest co-host, Miss Stacy Rozay. She is the host of the IntroKit. Don't go nowhere. Much more to come.
Did you know that having an organized space positively impacts your mental health? Well, it's true. Research shows that our spaces have a direct reflection of how we feel internally. And when we have a lot going on in our lives, it's easy to just let clutter pile up and just forget about organization. That's where I come in. I'm Alex. I'm the owner of Declutter Co. and your favorite cousin on your mama's side. I'm on a mission to invite more peace, into your life through decluttering, organizing, and interior decorating. The first thing people tell me when we start our journey is how ashamed they are. How ashamed they are about just letting things just get out of control and pile up. But hey, things happen. This is a no judgment zone. Listen, we've all been there, but we don't have to stay there. Ain't no shame in asking for help. And trust me, I come from a long line of folks that don't like asking for help at all. So I get it, but let's be better. Let me come in and partner with you to get to just your personal journey with organization. Teamwork makes the dream work. Head over to my website, decluttercodetx.com, and schedule a consultation with me today. Bye, y'all.
And welcome back to the show. What's on Edigga's Mind right here on BS3 TV Network. I am joined with the fabulous, the talented, the host of the IntroKit, Miss Stacy Rozay. If you're just tuning in, we was talking about the St. Louis school shooting and Kanye West. Is he crazy or is he speaking facts? Now we're going to get into our next topic, and we're going to close with this topic: why women can and men can't. So let me explain, like I was telling Stacy before the beginning of the show. You know, so women can do certain things that men can't, because if men do it, we already get the gay card, or we already get the gay tag. So women can call other women boo, or that's my boo thing, or that's my girlfriend, or, you know, if men say it, we get the gay tag. What say you?
I like this topic is just so funny, and it's like it's so universal because everyone has so many different opinions. Me, I don't like it's I feel like there are things, hold on a second.
So we are talking about why women can and men can't. So go ahead, Stacy, what you were saying.
Sorry, the kid she interrupted.
See.
We're all sick of it, so sorry. So I just feel like in amongst certain groups,
right,
there should be established rules and boundaries amongst certain groups.
Right.
Me personally, I just feel, because I am one of those women where I'm like, I definitely will call like another female, oh, that's my boo, or something like that. Like I definitely will do that.
Right.
But I don't see anything wrong with guys doing it. And I know a lot of you women probably like, girl, what you? No, I believe in equality. I just think if a guy's gonna be like, oh, that's Stacy, that's my boo. That's it. I don't think there's anything by
to another man.
Now, if they're doing that to another man, then I'm sorry. Yes, I'm gonna be very questionable.
That's what I'm talking about.
Be like, whoa.
Girls can call other girls boo or boo thing. If a guy, I work, okay, so where I work is 95% men.
Mm-hmm.
So if I go to work and if I'm real cool with another coworker, which is a guy, I can't say, oh yeah, that's my boo thing right there. That's fighting words.
That's definitely fighting words. Yeah. That's for y'all. That's like that goes against the code.
So that's what I'm saying. For girls or women, y'all can do that. Guys can't do it.
Amongst certain groups, guys can't do it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's because like
we are automatically get that gay card thrown.
Exactly. Exactly. Like, oh damn. Yeah, that's my boo right there. Like, what, yo?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Stamp it. Right. Nah, yo. I am not his boo. Another thing that women can do and men can't is, y'all, y'all can feel on one another. You know, you can pat another female on the booty, or y'all can feel up on another female. And as far as we find that, like, I've seen pictures of, you know, girls bent over and another girl is behind the girl, and I've
Oh yeah,
seen pictures.
especially like partying and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Guys can't do that.
Of course. Well, for some women, some women will allow that. They won't
Right.
take offense to it. Certain women will definitely take offense to it. Don't put your hands on me. I ain't tell you touch me like
Right.
that.
Right.
So yeah, like certain women will definitely take offense to that.
Right. So that's what I was pretty much saying. Like, women can, men can't. Like,
I totally hate that. I hate that. Like that. Is it a double standard? Would that be considered a double standard? But I hate it. Whatever kind of standard it is,
right.
I hate it. Like, I totally dislike it.
But I know me. It's like I and the reason why I selected this topic is because I'm, you know, I was just thinking. I said, damn, you know, women can do all of this, but men just cannot. Well, certain men. I'll put it.
Yeah.
Certain men can't do it.
Can't. Yeah.
Because if I did it, get clocked in the eye, you will see me on the camera. My next podcast, I will have a black eye and the gay card. Chat. I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it real. Hey, that is our show. What's on Edigga's mind? I want to personally take this opportunity to thank Miss Stacy Rozay for coming on to the show.
Thank you for
It
having
has
me.
been an absolute pleasure chopping it up with you.
Yes.
And I am definitely looking forward to your new show, the IntroKit. And tell people out there one more time when it's coming, when it's premiering, the times and all that good stuff.
Definitely. So you guys be on the lookout for the IntroKit Wednesdays starting November 9th at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. I am going to be live on YouTube as well as my website, www.theintrokit.com. I'm so super excited. Thank you to everyone who has been helping me with this project. I appreciate you all so much. This has been so fun. Oh my goodness. I have had such a great time. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Welcome.
I'm sorry that I'm like kind of like tomboy down, but I am a bit under the weather, so I do apologize. But I'm definitely hoping that I can come back and we can chop it up some more.
Oh, definitely.
This has been amazing.
Yes, definitely. You people out there, you do not want to miss this show, the IntroKit, because I know it's going to be a great show.
Yes, it
and
is.
Shout out to you, Stacy, for all that you do.
Thank you.
And your contribution to social media and podcasting as well.
Thank you.
And to be a great content creator. I need to say that. So I'm going to be on the lookout, and I'm like, and like everybody else that's watching this show, they're going to be on the lookout as well. So I can't wait.
Thank you so much.
Hey, everybody, that is our time right here on What's on Edigga's Mind. Make sure you tune in next week to figure out what's on Edigga's mind. Hey, you asked for it, so I got to give it to you. And to all the people out there who is watching, as I close every week, I'll holla at you when I smile at you. Peace.